Can we listen to the new Clipse record without the stream hearing it? And they just watch us vibe out to it, and then we react to it?
Am I the only one excited about this album? I love the Clipse.
I love the Clipse. I was attempting to listen to Lord Willing this morning, but the Alexa, I kept saying, Alexa, play the Clipse Lord Willing album. And they would just play me Lord Willing, the song off the album, which was really upsetting.
Bro, I'm
over here out the loop. I didn't know what the...
You know the
You don't know about the Clipse?
They dropped the album?
You know they are, though.
Pusha T and Mal.
You don't know who the Clipse are.
I know Pusha T.
You're way too West Coast. Oh, my God.
Get out of here, Ralphie.
I know Pusha T.
You never heard grinding?
I know for real.
You never heard grinding. You never heard
Pusha T as Pusha T.
You never heard grinding before.
I heard grinding.
Okay, that's the Clipse.
But I didn't know it was like the Eclipse.
Oh,
No, the
Clipse, not the Eclipse.
Man.
Okay, I'll give you the history lesson. So Clipse was one of the more dominant rap groups of the early 2000s. I know people always say the summer after high school, that music, whatever you listen to the summer after high school, that shit is just like the most important music to you in your life because that's kind of like one of the most important time periods for you to make decisions about what you're doing. For me, Lord Willin' was like the soundtrack to the summer after high school. Then they get caught in these crazy label shit with Jive where they didn't want to let them put an album out, etc. The next album after that, actually, Hell Hath No Fury, was amazing as well.
That's better than Lord Willin'.
Then at a certain point, Malice finds God, splits off, Pusha T goes single, or goes, does his own thing individually in his career. And we haven't really heard a ton. Well, obviously Pusha T gets into the whole Kanye world for all those years.
You forgot one key thing is when they formed Re-Up Gang. In between that time,
that Re-Up Gang album was one of the biggest disappointments of my life.
But those mixtapes, Got It for Cheap mixtape
Yeah, there was some good albums, but they put an album
say.
that was just like all these like pre-recorded songs with new beats. I remember buying it at Best Buy and being horrified.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And they couldn't even lie and act like that was a good project.
Pusha T swag is like totally different from Pharrell as a person, like, you know what I'm saying? So him getting with Kanye is just kind of funny, like, to give it another fashion.
Well, okay,
like,
but remember, Clipse were the first dudes in Bape and all that. They was before
Wayne took that shit from him.
That's where
their whole beef came from.
Like,
well, because
I think he is, right?
But he was around.
Pusha T.
Bro,
That's
T
where
is
Wayne
fly.
and Pusha T beef came from.
I'm into like I like clothes and like, you know what I'm saying? If you putting that shit on
In
like,
the 90s, though, Pusha T was considered like the dope boy.
Early
Yeah.
2000s.
No, he was like
Yeah.
king drug dealer.
King drug dealer,
Yeah.
dope. Like him and Jay-Z. And that's what Jay-Z was giving him a lot of, credit and because he was always talking that, coke talking. But like the real reason that Wayne and Clipse and all them was beefing, or well, Wayne and Pusha T, is because Wayne had stole all that bait and ice cream from them. So they really, Pharrell and them really was the ones that had
was
ice cream
Pharrell.
and
And then,
crazy.
okay, so ironically, on Friday night when we're getting on the plane to go to New York, we see Pusha T and Malice together in the airport, say what up to him real quick, and then they're on the plane with us. And I'm kind of thinking in my head, I'm like, where are they going? Like, I even looked at their social media and stuff, trying to figure out if they had a show. I didn't see a show, so I'm kind of thinking, what are they doing? Then I see the picture come out on the Roc Nation Instagram of like, oh, okay, they signed with Roc Nation to put out a project, and presumably that's what this is based on.
Damn, Jay-Z, you're making the Clipse Fly commercial?
And this is
They should be on a
produced by
PJ.
Pharrell. It was a red eye.
y'all niggas
They were in first class, unlike myself.
But
I love not flying first class. To me, that's like getting a section in the club, and I just am against that kind of frivolous spending. But I did feel like kind of a bum having to trot past the Clipse on the plane.
you're also like tall as.
I'm saying I should have told Malice, like, hey, I got a few inches on you, buddy.
that's
Yeah,
why
hop
I was
in the
switch
back,
seats.
homie. And the crazy thing is, so like the Clipse had a deal in the late '90s, and they had a song called "The Funeral." Most people never heard of it. They were lit though, and they were dope, and then they never came out. Then it
Oh
was,
yeah. But I remember downloading that album off Napster.
yeah.
That album sucked dick compared to Lord Willin'.
for sure.
That album was ass juice.
No, for sure. It's pretty much the same thing as like the Mobb Deep Juvenile Hell album.
Yeah. But you always
like-
think that. Like, an artist comes out, they have a dope project, you never really heard them before, and then you go back and listen to stuff before that, and you're like, oh, I see why this didn't blow up, but this new shit did.
Development stage, because that song, and there was a couple other ones that were banging, but like, yeah, it was only a glimpse of their potential. And really, I want to just give Clipse the credit for pretty much epitomizing the flow that was ran in like the East Coast for a whole decade of like that laid back chill. You feel me?
No, that
Really
that
slick.
era was personified by the fact, like, why are these dudes from Virginia able to make way better music than everybody in New York,
Facts.
Philly, all these surrounding areas? Like, they just absolutely shut shit down, even from being from a city that nobody was really all that concerned about. Can we listen to this song without? Okay.
Arenas doing pyro.
Any cocaine references?
Yeah, y'all gotta watch us
Yeah.
vibe out, and then you can we'll discuss afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's inside of my
Stan, and this sucks.
Bro.
Man, y'all niggas got to get with the times, nigga.
Yeah, we just
fuck
gassed
out
them
of
up
here. It's too serious, bro.
It was all right, but
on the
Fifi.
Gucci Walla.
like,
I got I'm in the sky like NASA.
Diamonds look like pee-pee.
But yo, Adam, this is why I keep trying to explain to people, bro. You can't take a break from hip hop, bro. You have to be musically inclined. You have to know what's going on. You have to know what's beats and what's flows and what's you vibrate.
But this is a dude who was in the studio with Kanye every day for like
I don't
5
give a fuck
years.
if he was in the studio with Jesus,
That was
nigga.
back then.
Nigga, that was back then. Times have changed, nigga. Nigga, come on, bro.
You're not as comfortable no more. You trying to force it.
But like I said, I didn't expect no other flow but Squeezy, Jeezy, Lil Jeezy,
Nah,
Beezy,
but
La La.
like but guess what? Like have some updated bars and references. Like
It's not
sound cool.
Oh, you want him to catch me outside? Like you want him
Catch me
you
outside?
want him to come with some
That was
old
like
ass
10 years
I'm
ago.
saying-
Yeah,
I'm saying
I
like
know
some
what you mean,
phrases
like,
and
yeah.
shit that's from like
It
like,
ain't,
Not
it
just
ain't even really the
phrases.
phrases or the lyrics. It's more so like it's this new age sound is not that. So y'all, I don't know. I feel like that shit too serious.
Oh, you
now.
want him to dumb down his lyrical?
He gonna have to.
No,
bar
not
concept.
dumb
The
down.
fact if Jay Z really just signed these niggas to a whole new deal, that's
I
crazy.
ain't
It's
gonna
like,
lie, he
nigga,
was
what y'all
supposed to
think
come
y'all
like
gonna sell?
Griselda.
He just came with the old nigga lazy flow.
That's the only niggas that can come
That's
with the
what it
rap
was.
shit that's fly with it. Griselda, I ain't gonna lie, they
They
fly
paying
with
niggas
it. Like,
to do anything
they-
now.
I always say that, like back in the days, like rappers that were lyrical at least used to be kind of cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like they were cultured up, they was fly, they was selling drugs, they was putting that shit in big chains and riding the nicest
Like
cars and
Fabulous.
shit. Yeah, like they was lyrical and they was like
Like
kinda street
Dipset.
dudes.
But there's been almost no times in my life that a rapper who was really dope at 21 or 25 or whatever age they were when they put out Lord Willing was still dope 20 years later. That's an almost impossible
rare.
task to pull
It's
off.
rare.
Jim Jones.
Jim Joe's hard.
Yeah,
Dope.
he's actually
Still
better.
dope. He's
No, he
still
got
dope.
better.
He's the
Oldest
oldest
YN
YN right now.
But he got better.
But he was trash
He got-
back in the day,
yeah, he
so there
got
was a lot of
better.
room to improve.
He
Them
better
niggas-
now than he
He
was.
That's what I'm
better.
saying.
He got
But look,
better.
with me listening to music back then, when they came out, they was like fly lyrical rappers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jewels is fly, coming with the bars, Cameron coming with the swag.
Max
They
B.
made
Jim
being
Jones
lyrical.
came with the
They were
extra
gangster
different
and they were
swag.
lyrical, which is like very few people get to pull
Yeah.
that off. That's like you go back to Purple Haze, Cam rapping his ass off, rapping like really kind of a nerd, but then
Cam
also
be
coming
rapping.
off gangster as fuck. Like
It's the slick little
Yeah.
fly shit he be saying, like, oh, what the f-? You
Cam
talking
still got it
crazy.
low key. He still drop a freestyle that's hard. Like if you want, like to me, when Pusha T put out the album that had like a Keep Pushing, or what's it called, Keep Dealing. It had Uncrushable, all them songs. Like
I'm not even
he
gonna
was
act like I know
hard,
his catalog.
bro.
I'm out the loop.
Hey,
on that one.
2015.
I was off that Gucci. I was off that nigga, this young scooter, nigga.
That too, but
Around
I'm
his
saying
wave, nigga, that was like Ace Hood and all these type of. Well, I don't know. It could be before that, but the rebirth of him, that's the only version of like I don't. Just,
2015 when I was like one of the biggest dope dealers in the city.
That sound
I was
good.
jamming Pusha T, bro, and that inspired me to want to
listen,
sell
bro.
more
Like,
dope.
but that song, didn't you expect them to come with a little bit of energy? Like music is just not that slow anymore. The
Yeah.
first Clipse song I heard in 10 years or whatever it's been, I just want them to come a little harder than that. Like that just didn't really, it just didn't land for me.
that
You
beat
needed like
is
100,
ass.
100 tempo.
The
No,
BPM,
type
you got to
shit.
keep that BPM up. That
I mean,
BPM
that
is
song
crazy.
could be 10 years old.